Braum rounds out the lineup to get some more front line. I mean, CLG have good engage. They've got Gnar, Braum, Galio, that's solid. They've got backline with Ashe, Graves. Only difficulty is armor stacking for your front line is going to be effective as Cassiopeia rounds out a team fight comp for TSM.
I love this into Galio. Wanted to see it more. Bjergsen as well has been, to me, the best performer on the entire team for TSM. Now he's got the power in his hands. And Galio, you can really abuse that matchup. The poisons, the miasma is really good at stopping any sort of the opportunities to create plays for him within the mid lane. But CLG's comp is built around them trying to play off of Wiggly moving around through the jungle. You know, you try and use your Graves matchup. It's pretty easy for Graves to try and dodge Jarvan EQs. Galio, classic. Try and get that ultimate down on him early to back up those invades. Ashe Braum on the bottom side even allows you to go for level 1 invades. So that's what I want to see from CLG. They need to use this champ select from the very beginning to get early wards down deep into the jungle, maybe even go for a steal away on one of the buffs and try and use that to snowball their early game plan ahead.
All right, well, early game going to be really important, of course. Loading into the rift very soon here as CLG and TSM do battle. Counter Logic Gaming, they are trying to hold on to their upper bracket berth in playoffs. They have opponents, teams right behind them looking to steal that spot away, drop them into the lower bracket. TSM, of course, sadly for them, we just saw TL win. They've still got a lot of work to cut out for them. 2.5 games behind a playoff bye with 5 to play. It can be done, but it's going to be difficult. A win against CLG, of course, is a step towards that. We are onto the rift. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, TSM have a lot of good scaling options. Cassiopeia obviously is going to be a monster. Should have a pretty good lane, as well as being able to get a death cap upgrade later on from Broken Blade if they make it that far. So you see TSM playing defensively. They are warding already and watching the openings for that level 1 that I was trying to urge CLG to go for. They even go as far as to ward red and blue for themselves as they're really worried about it. And Wiggly going to start on the blue side. Still does have the option to go for it, but the early alert system's, I think, good for TSM. Try and avoid any of these scenarios. And with Jarvan starting red, you can even have those super cheesy, like level 2, you risk a lot when you do this against a Graves, because Graves can punish you heavily by stealing away camps and invading you afterwards. But it does have the option there where you have CC at level 2, kind of rare for most jungle champions.
Well, really quickly, red buff technically killed faster by the Jarvan. Negative armor on red buff makes that pretty easy. Graves finishing up blue and then going on to Gromp in a second. Shouldn't be too far behind, but really good. Early harass from Bjergsen. Pope flashes in case there was a flash auto. He wouldn't have lived otherwise. Potion felt a little bit late. Gives himself the thumbs down. That is immediate lane kingdom for TSM's Bjergsen.
Yeah, that's why I champ select. I was like, I really have wanted to see this more into the prevalent Galio, but Bjergsen abuses it even harder than I thought he was going to be able to abuse it. Off of just that first poison, chases him down. He fully stacked Conqueror, chasing Pobelter back through the lane, and forces the double summoners. Absolutely insane. Bjergsen, let me just even talk further about him, because while TSM have been up and down, Bjergsen has been so good for them, extremely consistent. He has the most solo kills of any player in the LCS right now on the team as well, and him with Cassiopeia having this good of a start, burning both summoners. Maybe with a jungler like Jarvan, you can even see some extra pressure coming through. I would definitely highly recommend it. Currently no wards on the top side, so Bjergsen goes up to that side to make sure they get first vision, and that will give them some areas to try and punish and threaten Pobelter. Big wave building here as well.
And a little bit of early damage down there as Broken Blade gonna fight over the top lane wave. Ruin, of course, counter-picked into the matchup. Went fleet footwork to keep his move speed and sustain solid. Make sure you stay away from those pillars, not get knocked up. Right now, no ward control for either top laner anywhere near top side. Ruin steps down to remedy that right now as Spica with Bjergsen gonna go ahead and take bottom scuttle first. Bot lane is pushing very heavily. This is a matchup, by the way, where I wouldn't have minded seeing Spell Thieves for treats. You're probably gonna get a lot of poke down. You want to keep the mana pool up so you can keep going for those shots. You're likely to hit turret a fair bit. Could have worked, but still goes for the more defensive option. Braum Ashe can run you down. It's just a little bit less likely.
Yeah, I'm always fine with them going defensive when especially there's a mid lane Galio that you're facing. So you're like, okay, a decent chance we get some more members down here in the bottom side with Ashbrom setup, but I definitely feel you on trying to play offensively as well and mine extra gold. Good harassment goes out nonetheless.
Yeah, the other part of it is the stat profile of that item is higher. It's a good 20 or so more ability power by mid to late game, but that can matter, right? It can be the difference between saving a teammate or not, or killing an enemy champion. Regardless, though, we have some looks towards top side as the Q is down for Broken Blade. His mana pool is a bit short, but Speak is here, mostly in case there's a gank. He's kind of on counter gank duty. He's sticking around. Another ward comes down for Ruin. Because, okay, well, with top pressure, I can get some reveals. I see you on Gromp. Can't really stop you, honestly. Red buff Graves, pretty threatening, so spend some time. Says, all right, don't worry, you're safe, BB. Shove in the wave. See you later.
Yeah, it's that 1v1 is pretty hard for Jarvan because, especially with phase rush, Graves, who dodges the EQ. Unless you're like EQing out of Fog of War or something, or you get a really nice one, good surprise, the Graves is going to run circles around you and chase you down, punish you real hard on the exit. So you have to play off your laners here for the Jarvan. And the main laner right now, obviously Bjergsen, being able to get his own early advantage. Spica trying to keep vision for him, but Wiggly's going to definitely pull further and further ahead in the farm since Spica's spending so much time just trying to track. He's been tracking Wiggly on Wiggly's side of the map where he's getting camps while Spica is falling pretty far behind in CS.
This little trade right there. Broken Blade gets his mana pool back as he TPs back to lane. Gets traded out by Ruin. It looks like this Gnar wants to make the same kind of choice. Did a Cole start on Gnar. I actually like that in any low impact lane. Go ahead and rush a Cole. Try not to build too many other starting items and just go into your real build from there. So Kindle Gem picked up the build towards Black Cleaver. No surprises there. In the olden days, we saw things like Blade of the Ruin King and Rage Blade and Phantom Dancer. That's probably not the option here, but boots and a Kindle Gem is going to feel real good.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a team fight angle for him and go for the big Gnars onto Cassiopeia, get through the back line, kind of crack them with the Galio on top. TSM though, Dragon Focus should be able to get it no problem. They had mid lane pressure as well as bottom lane having a recall there for Counter Logic Gaming. And Spica's definitely going to be behind in the 1v1 versus Graves, but you're not really trying to take those 1v1s as we mentioned before. He's trying to be a team enabler.
What's amazing to me is actually TSM has the lowest first dragon rate in the LCS, despite being a team, especially any double team, usually plays around bottom lane, and despite the fact that I would say he's been laning pretty well overall, has solid gold lead, solid XP lead, he's a good laner. They've never been able to really pick up those objectives very often. This time around, though, they will get that one. A little bit of counter pressure right now for CLG as the Karmo sent back to base, pick up some more mana regen and scale up into this game. Boots of speed picked up here as well. It might mean a recall can come before too terribly long. Upgraded boots for Stixxay means he's going to wait around for a while. And ultimately, it's just double Whiplash sitting under turret.
Yep, the farming era of Ezreal, where you get your tier, your cull, just trying to last hit, charge up your mana item here, no problem. And wait to grow into the 2-core item, real big carry.
Yeah, anytime you're able to use tier roughly on cooldown while keeping a mana pool up is really what you want. The faster you turn into Muramana, the better. That comes online around the same time as your Sheen upgrade. That's going to feel really good. And that is a power spike that's not always exactly gold gated, right? It's your ability to make sure you're using Q with decent timing and everything else. Top lane's still a bit of a, fun mode right here. For now, Broken Blade holds a farm lead with more minions even to kill. So really feeling good about this one, right? He hasn't really had any attention from either side. Gets counterpicked and just farming up for now, which is nicely done.
Yeah, what I want to see in the next 2 minutes here for CLG is some looks with the Galio. Pobelter's ready, he's got his Summoner Spellbook switch over to Ignite. He's got Flash Ignite. This Galio is ready to kill. Level 6, this is where you want to start seeing the force come through. Wiggly's already got the level lead on Graves that you're looking for with your Graves-Jarvan matchup. Spica does just tick 6 off that Gromp though, so he's going to have a few more options even if they do go for the invade, but the play is still the same. Looking for the setup. Stixxay's got his Ash Arrow. You can get your stuns. Try and force a Galio play.
I want to point out, speaking of Galio plays, he has Spellbooked his TP over to Ignite. His Flash is back up after losing at level 1. Retains a 7 CS deficit, which is not too bad for how catastrophic level 1 was. And we might see the next play come around soon. Spica, though, has left bottom lane. There's nothing to be done down there. Ashbrom defensive enough. Tier Ezreal, not exactly a champ you want to gank for very often. So understandable there is... The cannon goes down, Pub gets blue, and, well, none of these lanes feel very gankable. Karma's probably the most attackable champion on the map, and
Yeah,
CLG's
exactly.
not going for it.
It's bottom lane because you want to fight as CLG around a tier call Ezreal, right? That's the area that you're looking to attack. Plus your Ashe is already there. If Wiggly can pick up this Rift Herald, then they can get some turret plate money and try and force a bigger objective. But Bjergsen's heading over already on the Cassio, and TSM have a stream of players they want to contest.
Their support's going. Spellbook to TP. Smoothie will be here as well. 4v4 now for the Rift Herald. Spica's here. Smite fight's coming soon. How's it going to go? Picked up there by Spica. The early smite for Wiggly. Re-engage. Broken Blade wants something. Can't quite find it. Treat's going to pick that one up, and now Broken Blade going to be slowed down. Has Spellbook over to Ignite. Can deal plenty of damage here. He's nearsighted. When does the ult come out? So far, no fight for TSM. Broken Blade gonna ult. Gonna flash the wall. Go for round 2. Gonna knock up Wiggly. Be careful, Graves! Has to flash back over. Broken Blade is safe, hitting the blast cone away. And Wiggly could not get enough done. Loses his own flash for a play he wanted. TSM come away, trading summoners and getting the Rift Herald.
Yeah, because of the early smite there, Speak is able to get the second smite in. I believe I saw like 50 HP still left on it. Yeah. TSM get the Rift Herald. They get Broken Blade out alive on top of it. Bjergsen there with the blue buff Cassiopeia did a lot of zoning on the bottom side of that Rift Herald exit, keeping them at bay, and that allows them to easily continue stacking up these tiers. TSM are the ones with the double tier kind of mid-game here, and it is going swimmingly for them.
Looking good right now. So, let's look at the map yet again. TSM's small gold lead, winning in a lot of their lanes, to be honest. Mid's up a solid 20. With the wave crashing in. Pope won't get much of that one. Heal Ignite now on the Galio. We'll see if anything more comes out of that one. Manamune completed for double if he's going to feel comfortable. And next Drake is up in 15 seconds. One Cloud, one Mountain.
Pings.
If they can grab it.
Pings down onto Pope Belter.
A lot of damage here. Doesn't have a good way out. Can burn Summoners. Hasn't burned any yet. Finally gets through one. Doesn't matter. First blood comes through for Bjergsen. The rest of the squad showed up. They knock him down just in time for the Drake.
That's what preparation does for you. Full vision control over the river. TSM right out of the side brush here. They even had the ward over the wall. You lay down Miasma on top of it. Knock up. Boom. It is first blood into the waiting arms of Cassiopeia. Exactly where TSM wanted. Freak. This game was already going according to plan for TSM with easily being able to stack up. But with Dragon number 2 at only 11.5 minutes on top of the extra money here for Bjergsen. Preparation does all the work. Everybody's ready, so you get the knock up right into Miasma. He can go nowhere. You slowly try and walk out of it. Bjergsen even gets the double with his ultimate there. Side stun over onto Ruin. And now that extra money with the kill, his Archangels is done. He will have Seraphs completed at a very quick pace in this game. And TSM's team fight is about to explode.
We're looking really good here. 500 gold lead, though, is only the difference right now, as we have yet to see that. Oh, that's going to be a jump right in. No way out for Pope. Once again, grounded. Sent back to his room. TSM 2-0 in the mid lane.
Broken Blade might be the counter kill, though. He's got to run a long way.
He's already ulted, he's already flashed, he's got nowhere else to go. Finds his slow, he's going to charge away, and here comes Spica. Look for the knock-up, the ult, he's going to find the kill. Ruin is on the board, Spica is going to jump away instead. No counter kill on the TSM side, so CLG back on the board, making the game a little bit closer.
Bot lane is roaming up for CLG too. Do they continue this? Can he hit an arrow maybe? Bjergsen, no flash.
Bjergsen's going to be stunned. There's going to be a lot of damage. The flash forward. Braun going to layer it. A double stun comes through, but it's not going to be enough. Shutdown goes through to Wiggly.
Great roam from the bottom lane of CLG to keep them in it here. Stixxay and Smoothie double ultimates onto Bjergsen. They punish the flashless Cassiopeia. Ruin getting to push down there on turret plates as well, and they're right back to it.
Well, second plate dropped to the bottom lane as Double at least gets his farm going. Keeps the CS at +2 right now. Mikhail's coming in for treats. Will feel really good considering Ashe is in this game. But otherwise, we have a close game. Got to point that out. TSM may be up in Drake's, but those plates taken in mid lane, Treats got that gold. He was the Herald Summoner, so karma with money means Mikhail's is done. That's not bad, but it's still not a hyperscaling Ezreal or Cassiopeia.
Definitely true. Couple more, 7 more kills here for the cold pop for Ezreal as well. And Double F should feel pretty good building armor. Only Galio magic damage to worry about and the super tiny amount from Gnar. So he should be able to build pretty safely for themselves. And you already mentioned the Mikhails. love it as far as getting them out of those pick situations and allowing TSM a lot more agency in choosing their fight.
Well, next fight might be chosen in 2.5 minutes as we have the Infernal Drake spawning. Infernal Rift is here. Infernal Soul is coming. TSM so far have held all the cards on that side of the map. A bit more turret pressure as the plates drop. We have a pretty much tied game between these two teams. It's going to be Scuttle taken. It won't be terribly important. It's not going to be alive during the Drake fight, but we know that's going to be the next objective to fight over as Baron won't be up. Scuttle, or Herald I should say, not terribly meaningful either. Fighting reward, though, Smoothie in the front line, jumps back out. Spica not going to find the re-engage just yet. There we go, double knockup. Means there's going to be a fight coming in, but look at the health bar just evaporate. You took that fight and died for it. Broken Blade TP's in, now over the wall towards Streets, forcing him to flash away to stay alive. Double Lift is around, finds a bunch of damage. Wiggly's got to be careful. Does he have the ult? He does, but the shield is up for Smoothie. Knockup for Broken Blade. The Ornn is here, and the kill comes in. Goodbye to the support. And a re-engage now. Ruin is on the wrong side of this fight. 2 autos will kill him. Double Lift finds the kill as Broken Blade claps him with the hammer. And TSM find a fight very close between the two teams.
CLG should have taken that win and walked away with it. They punished Spica so hard for over-aggression there, and yet then they walk into the jungle. TSM, really nice closure there as Bjergsen roams over. Broken Blade also comes in, and they hit the CC. Extra kill, plus now they get tower damage for themselves. Pretty big clap back.
Really big stuff right there. You can see TSM now up 1,000 gold solidly. Recalls coming in soon. Bjergsen hoping he can finish his Riley's or Leandre's in time for that fight as we look at it again.
So again, Galio ultimate, CLG are itching to use it. That's why they're picking this fight. They're like, great, all right, we got this. Spica even takes the bait right in on it. And then Wiggly blows him up before the Galio ult even arrives, and both teleports are down. Then CLG try and get treats here, but his flash had come back up. It was pretty close and had just come back up, so that's probably why they went for it. Smoothie does block Double Lift's ultimate, but Broken Blade and Bjergsen had both already roamed over. And once the solo laners got there for TSM, they can scatter CLG. Wiggly had really wanted to get that kill onto Treats and was trying to get, again, the punish on the Karma Flash, but the timer had just come up for him, and Treats right out of there.
And if it wasn't for those 2 flashes being up, that would have been 4 kills, not 2. Both Wiggly and Pobother barely flashed away with under 100, or under 500 health, I should say, to survive that encounter. Now they are here. Spellbook back to 2 new summoners on Pob's side. Can this fight work for CLG? Only 1,000 gold difference. Still fairly close. Mountain Drake not going to be gigantic for the stat bonus, so certainly winnable. Is this going to be the re-engage? CLG fighting over this Infernal Drake. When does TSM go in? Broken Blade just gets ulti, pops it instantly, goes towards Ruin. They find the knockup. They find a lot of damage, but Drake is picked up, and Ruin is crucially alive. Mid-turret may fall, but it was going to anyway. That is a Drake picked up. CLG feeling confident in the bottom river.
Oh, yeah, they're real happy about that. They're able to put a stop to the dragon stacking of TSM, and pretty easy for Ruin to hop away from it. That mid tower was going to go down anyway, so TSM toppling it isn't like a big trade. Rift Trail is going to be traded for the bottom side tower, though, as Stixay and Smoothie work that one down.
Beautiful stuff right there. So a turret trade. It's going to be 1-1 in that score line. However, no one is answering top lane for Double Lift. He is acquiring a lot of farm. He's prioritizing getting to his spots on the map and knocking these things down. Stixay is rivaling him in CS, to be fair, but you're seeing across the board CLG dropping behind their opponents. Ruin, to be fair, has a lead, but mid lane is 30 CS apart. That is an unanswered deficit here on the CLG side. That may be a problem as Bjergsen is farming quite well.
Yeah, Bjergsen definitely been playing super well. For Double Lift too, you're talking about people being unable to answer him. He, like I said earlier, can easily itemize the armor that Ezreal likes to do with his Iceborne, and doesn't have to worry about too much of the magic damage, just an underfed Galio there from the mid lane. And he has a pretty easy time of trying to evade some of the engage here, especially since there is a Mikhails on the team. So Double Lift should be able to navigate these fights very well. And then you keep your eyes on Bjergsen, because that's going to be the big powerhouse for dumping out a lot of the AP threat for TSM later on. And it's up to CLG, mainly Ruin to get in there and get a good placement for Pobelter's Galio ult. If you can get your Gnar combination with your Galio ult working, as set up by an Ash Arrow, that's your ideal situation. CLG want to punish Bjerg.
Protobelt forward into the taunt, into all the damage they should need. They juke the stun. He goes the wrong way. Pobelter sets it up, and Wiggly knocks it down for his 3rd kill.
Huge pick for CLG there. Good job sending all their resources up on the top side because TSM can't get anything else back on the map. Look at that. Their mid tower's already gone down, so it's just a wave shoved in. It's going to be wave traded as TSM try and push that towards Stixxay. And the only area for TSM to attack would be trying to dive bottom side. Ruin already backing off of the turret. So CLG get their kill onto Cassiopeia. They put a stop to the Cassiopeia farming for now, as he can't increase the numbers for a little bit, and are happy to take that topside objective.
So again, it'll be a turret trade here, but a kill on the board for CLG means the goal gets ever closer. 1,400 gold apart right now as Bjergsen's reign of terror is cut a little bit short. Only 2-2, not the most impressive KDA. These teams very close in overall scoreboard. Kills equal, turrets went apart, Drakes went apart. CLG, I would say, punching above what their weight has been so far in this LCS split. 5 and 8 going toe-to-toe with an 8. There we go.
Hand to toe,
hand to
foot
hand,
to mouth.
hand to toe, cartwheels all over the place. We got there.
Honestly, again, we really still need to see, minimum 45 left on this Dragon. Looking for how they're going to execute with this Gnar, because the Gnar for the team fighting, the last pick, well, Bjergsen actually looking for Ruin himself. He's about to transform back into Mini too.
Gets the stun, Ruin's at 1,000 health, finds a stun, finds some damage, jumps around, tries to get away, gets the flash, the slow from Treats, and it isn't enough to kill. So Ruin lives, trading his flash for his life.
Yeah, a couple of ults here used by TSM, but they're happy to trade those out for the flash from Gnar. I was just trying to talk about Gnar in teamfights. Guess what, Freak? Without flash, my whole story kind of comes crashing down because it is so much easier to deal with non-flash Gnar when you have Cassiopeia Miasma you can lay down. Ornn already going to have a good front line with the long-range engage, and you have to worry about Jarvan going through. Without those, without that flash for Ruin, it's so much more difficult. Oh, arrow hits though.
Lands 4 versus 1. He's got a flash, but he does not have ways out of this one. CLG set a trap in the top river as the top laner comes down. That is a nice death rush, but it means mid is under fire. Spica plus the Herald get a lot of damage in. He can't quite stay, but it's enough to knock down the turret. TSM also finding counterpunches in this game.
Continuing with the body parts, it's an eye for an eye, Freak. Pick for a pick. CLG get one back for themselves with the Ash Arrow, and they actually capitalize on the kill, even though TSM take down the turret.
I gotta say, this is an improvement, right? Because a week ago, TSM traded their jungler for a ward. This time they trade their top laner for a turret. Clearly they value Broken Blade, or at least have learned to trade up. Regardless, it is a good move, and TSM have river control. They are on this Drake. It's number 3 for them, and CLG are not yet in range to fight for it. It would be a blind steal, and it's not going to happen. Well played, TSM. Back on the map, 1,000 gold difference, and they're on Soul Point.
All right, let's see if a reset here for, that's the Summer Spellbook, means anything at all for them. Good deep wards, too, leading up to it. You can see TSM preparing a lot more for this one. Through the red jungle, has the vision, and just burn it down. They even use a teleport for good measure for a Broken Blade off the Summoner Spellbook. Definitely a worthwhile investment. Yeah, agreed.
It's really good stuff. Gets nerfed next week, so we'll see less of that next time around. Now, Stixxay will be able to flash it. The line up there for Broken Blade was such that going in a straight line plus pressing F was going to be good enough. Pressing D, it would be questionable. But Stixxay has his summoners on the right keys, so that's a big brain AD carry there. Baron is on the map. 4 minutes until the Soul Drake spawns.
Is there even another opportunity before that? I don't see TSM needing to be the ones to force anything on CLG. They can easily just wait for said Dragon Soul. So I'm looking at CLG in that case for the, the arrow combination, the pick that we're looking for. We just saw it last time around. They did get one onto Broken Blade, but they're going to have to continue to do their work clearing out the vision to try and find another one, set themselves up for a better dragon fight this time around.
I'm very curious how's it going to look. And also I'm interested to see what Ruin can do for himself. You talk about, what openings are there, what else can be done in the next 3 minutes or so. It is Ruin going split push heavy, right? It is Ruin picking second item. He is trying to be able to fight Broken Blade. What it means is that Bjergsen has to be the one to answer Gnar. I don't think this build from Gnar ever beats Cassio in the 1v1, unless you get jungle help and you get a CC chain going. It means he claps Broken Blade 1v1, and that means that he's got to kind of dodge that matchup. But otherwise, it's just a squishier front line.
Yeah, and especially without the flash too, like it's going to be really dangerous for Ruin when you do moving. They got to clear out all these control wards. It's this investment in control wards. Well, Ruin, he's collapsed upon.
3v1 top side. Here comes double for the wall. Ruin does his very best. You can see that he's supposed to win those fights, but the rest of the squad is here. His ult means nothing, and it's going to be the 3-man kill as double is on the scoreboard. The respawn will be in time for the Drake fight, but it does mean river control is there if they want it.
Plus, it means they need a deeper ward for him to teleport on. CLG, knowing all the resources are topside, they should be making a beeline for Dragon right now to place teleport wards for that Gnar. Prep your Dragon fight for your Gnar flank. If he can get the teleport, his flash will be available when he becomes alive once again, and that could be their opportunity to strike. TSM, good pick for them for the extra little bit of gold, but the triple item power spikes are starting to come in, and they're teleporting back out for early vision control.
Okay, the squad is here. It is time to fight over the Drake. Dragon Soul is on the board for TSM. CLG claimed one, but now they must claim this as well. TSM off a small gold lead. Ornn ult is down for about 10 more seconds, but I don't know if CLG knows that's their window. Mini Gnar for Ruin is going to be a similar timer here. He's doesn't have any engaged tools himself, knocks down a ward, but not a great flanker on Mini Gnar. Bit of poke back and forth, stun on double lift. He stepped too far up and he burns the summoners. He gets away, the flash in, Smoothie puts him at one hit from dead. The re-engage towards Broken Blade, the Drake loses him out. Pobelter's on the flank, here comes the play, is it gonna be enough? Wiggly knocked into the air. When does Pobe go in? When does Ruin go in? He's got flash, they can take a team fight, but all they care about is the Drake. All they care about is pushing away the opposing jungler. They secure the Drake. I question the killer instinct to not go for more. At the end of the day though, CLG get what they need and walk away.
That's, gotta clean my glasses here. How did Double Lift end up so close as the Ezreal? He barely gets away with Arcane Shift Flash. Broken Blade actually the target for a Ruin. He wants to make that Blade of the Ruin King work.
Seems winnable. No ult for Broken Blade. Does have flash if he needs it. Finally burns it, gets away with 1,000 health. And that is what you expect out of the matchup. Finally some tank out of swing through for Ruin as he builds up some MR. And CLG can push through bottom side.
In the end, it is definitely the delay that CLG were looking for. Can they punish Wiggly going for the Gromp?
Oh, that is big. He ult, it's not going to get over the wall. He's got to be careful, but here comes the squad. Here comes the re-engage, a double stun into the wall, and a shutdown onto the summonerless double lift. And that is Speaker forced to run away. Pobe wants more. He can't catch treats, though. Bot lane could be under fire. Pobelter wants the flank play. He's got flash. He's got every tool available. This wave is gone. The turret the same.
It was all a bait, freak. Wiggly's laughing now. Right into my Gnar Galio combo as TSM thought they caught him out there, and the solo laners protect their jungler. This is CLG's first big advantage in this game. They take down that tower, they get the mid one as well, and now you start to see their vision blooming through the jungle. What a big turning point, and it comes at Wiggly inside, trying to steal away the Gromp, then, you know, kind of dashing over towards the wall. Haha, look, I don't have any more escapes, but Pobelter's right there, has his back. They get the Gnar stun and the Galio knockup.
All right, Boots 2 is Ninja Tabby here for Wiggly. Of course, the 3-level lead, the Death Dance being done. That's what helped keep him alive in that prior fight. You have to expect Baron is the likely objective to be played for next, up in 3 minutes. CLG feeling more comfortable around the map. Right now, TSM does own ward control. They are the ones who take over the river, who take over part of CLG's jungle. You see 3 control wards on your screen right now. And the regular invisible ones only spot Doublelift's last hitting minions, which doesn't mean all that much on CLG's side. TSM waiting for a play. Can they find an opening? Does someone overstep? Doublelift trying to bait them. Not going to find it here. Hawkshot reveals the bait and says, no, 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 no. There's people over there. Let's not get that one to happen. Broken Blade in the bottom side of the map. TP is down. Walks over to contest.
All right, CLG need to be very careful with their Hawk Shot usage because you do have to start to worry about 3-item Cassiopeia burning through Baron. TSM can pull some sneaky plays here, even if they're showing multiple people and you're like, oh, they see Doublelift, oh, they see X person in lane. TSM have the capability to 2-person burn down a Baron if it's left unattended, if they lose sight of vision. So that control ward that they just went to place, Pobelter trying to get some vision now, and then working off your Hawk Shot timers.
Pobe is nearly a target, but there's enough re-engage, there's enough delay that they will find some damage here onto the jungler. Spica, very tanky though, has Stone Plate and a Knight's Vow. A slow on Broken Blade means he eased backwards. Blast Cone is there, but they can't get the entire team until it takes forever. So Broken Blade will be left alone. The Gnar comes in! Galio over the top! They found one, but the rest of the team gets out. The re-engaged Spica will lock them up, but he will still get knocked down as Stixxay is on the board. Top and jungle are dead. 5v3, time to play for Baron. The ultis are up. Bjergsen has what he needs. Is it gonna be the fight that turns it around? Ruin is so terribly low, has to jump out of the pit, and that means CLG, with the threat of Cassiopeia, cannot go for Baron. They will kill some chickens. They will knock down the mid lane wave, but they will only get 2 kills.
Again in the jungle, Freak. CLG find the combination. This one, they started out, they're just trying to chase down whatever frontline member they can get their hands on. You know, first stun obviously onto Spica, Doublelift then over the wall, has to arcane shift away, and they get the knockups onto Broken Blade. But Ruin jumps in, gets the Mega Gnar against the back line. They even zone out Bjergsen for a long time with the Galio ultimate coming down too, and then Spica has to sacrifice his life. He traps everybody inside the Cataclysm, then EQs out. There's nowhere for him to really EQ out as he dies on the exit anyway, but does allow Doublelift and Bjergsen to still remain upright for TSM. And with those 2 carries, too much damage from Baron since Ruin turned back into mini form, and they were eating a lot of damage from the spikes.
Well, Double Knight's Vow in for TSM, so a lot of extra armor on those champions. They heal as Bjergsen and Doublelift deal damage, and they make sure those champions stay alive. Broken Blade is indeed bound to Doublelift there. He's going to start upgrading some items as well. Level 16 on the Ornn. Gets treats this time around. And here we go. Dragon Soul again. It's up in 5 seconds. TSM, if they get this smite, they get Dragon Soul. They're probably favored to win the game. Ruin is top lane. Yet to TP in. Turret down. Still yet to TP.
Yeah, Gnar has TP, but he just went mini, so he's exhausted. He can't gain rage for a long time. And with mini form, Gnar teleporting in, that's nothing.
This is late. He's got a smite steal and he can't do it. Broken Blade claims it spellbooks despite I'm pretty sure when Wiggly is just going to drop. He's taking the damage. They will finally burn him down. The re-engage is not going to matter. TSM get the soul. They get 2 kills. They get a crucial dunk from Spica. And it's already 4 slaughtered. It's Ruin running away. He was late to the fight and he is late to die. Baron is on the map and CLG, where was your top laner? The timer's on the scoreboard the entire time. And TSM get everything they ever wanted.
Freak, when Gnar goes mini, can't gain rage thereafter, and even when he comes in, it's a mini Gnar, so the timing expertly forced there by TSM. They can see Ruin in the top side on those minions. They know they have this timing window to force. They can just burn. They see him transform back into mini. They're not afraid of the stun coming through. Teleport from Broken Blade. They still see Ruin, Freak.
Ruin is in danger right now. He's got nowhere to go. He's got teammates alive, but it's not going to matter. Ruin will die at a very awkward time For a full minute now, TSM have a lot of room to work with. Baron buff on, gold to put into their pockets.
This is always one of the big things when playing around Gnar, is playing around that rage bar. And you can tell they didn't really want to teleport in. Wiggly just splashes in to try and get the steal. I like the call if you just go for the steal. But everybody has to be on the same page that, hey, you know, we can't really fight this. We don't have Ruin's Mega Form, and you know, that's what's been winning us these fights. But they don't do that. They make kind of a halfway call where they go for the steal and then the fight after, with Pobelter trying to use a Galio ultimate inside Dragon Pit for them. And with the late arrival, with it just being a mini form also, TSM are so happy to clean that up. I mean, it's very smart by them in the first place to force immediately on that Dragon, and they see Ruin in mini form split pushing like that. I know it feels so bad to give up a soul, but I think you just make the call, hey, we go for the steal. If we don't get it, everybody else out, because you're not going to win.
Well, double lift a bit far forward. Galio over the top. Is there a re-engage? No stuns to be had as he kites away. Redemption gets the health bar back up, and here comes the way back in. Smoothie gets knocked down by the Ornhorn. Pobelter drops here as well, and again, the team is stuck inside the sandcastle. Goodbye to Stixxay and TSM, just like that. Find 2 team fights, and they are right into the base.
Yep, that is Infernal Soul, that is Elder, or excuse me, that is Baron, and that is the game, Freak. TSM will take it.
They will improve to 9 wins. They're going to stay on that hunt for a top 2 spot with 4 games to play. They got some room to make up, but they will certainly knock down CLG. They will take the Nexus, and Wiggly will try to run away, but he will help the TSM KDAs, a squad of dabbing penguins. TSM take the win.
Love the coordination at the end as